Oh, hey. I didn't see you there. I was gonna film a video about vocal warm-ups, but you caught me in the middle of brushing my teeth. I feel so embarrassed. Obviously I'm kidding because I just hit record, so I knew I was filming. However, the point is the same. Your vocal warm-ups are something that are not necessarily supposed to be seen or heard by anyone else. Just like brushing your teeth. I think everybody would appreciate it if we all brushed our teeth maybe more often. I know that our parents and dentists would be big advocates of toothbrushing as well as flossing, but seeing somebody do those types of things can often be a little bit weird because it's kind of a personal thing. And I feel like one of the most kind of misunderstood parts of vocal warm-ups is that it should be some sort of public display. When you're warming up your voice, you're doing just that. You're warming up your voice. When we go see professional football, soccer, basketball games, we typically don't see, at least not televised, the entire warm-up session and all of the training that those players or performers do prior to the game. We watch the game. And the same thing applies to music. We're not supposed to necessarily hear all of the tuning and stuff that goes on before people perform. Warming your voice up is a very personal and private thing that you should do somewhere where you feel very comfortable. And make sure that the people in your life understand that if you are going to be singing in a more serious or, practical or consistent way, let's say, that your vocal warm-ups are something that are not meant for an audience. They're meant to help you get ready to sing for an audience. Your warm-ups are not supposed to sound good. They're supposed to serve a purpose, which is to make your body more flexible and to bring more oxygen and blood to the areas of your body that you need in order to sing better or to sing with more clarity or power. So voice is divided into two categories. We have pitch, we have everything else. When I say that, what I mean is that if you're not singing the right notes, it doesn't matter what else you're doing with your voice. It doesn't matter what technique you're using. It doesn't matter if you have vibrato. It doesn't matter how loud you can sing or how softly you can sing. All that matters is that you're hitting the right notes. Once you are hitting the right notes, then yes, there's a lot of focus that can be spent on technique to improve many aspects of your voice. Another thing that I tell my beginning voice students and that I would like to share with you is that in order to become the best singer that you can be, you have to figure out if anyone has ever told you in your life that you don't have a good voice. And you have to think about it. Who might have said this to me? Who's told me that I don't have a good voice? Who said something? Usually it's a parent or a sibling or possibly a very close friend at school. Could also have been a teacher or a coach, perhaps a choir director even. But usually what I'm referring to is something that happened maybe earlier on in your life where maybe you were just singing to yourself in the car and one of your siblings was like, oh, your voice sounds bad, or you're singing too loud, or your mom was like, I don't like it when you sing that way. I've heard a lot of stories over the course of my teaching career about people saying really negative things to one another about their voices. And it's typically said not to be hurtful, but it's just said because somebody wasn't thinking about the damage they were going to cause by saying that. And so while you're trying to warm your voice up and access your voice and become a more self-realized, empowered, amazing singer, remember that those people, whoever said it, they were wrong. And that doesn't matter because they're not here with you now. They have no control over you now. and that whatever they said it doesn't serve you. So you have to let it go. But you have to identify what it is before you let it go. So figure out who it was. And even if it was your mom, I need you to go through a little exercise with me. And I need you to say this. Screw you, Mom. You're wrong. I have a great voice. So with me right now, we're going to say, whoever said it, I know somebody who said something to me on the school bus once, and it didn't affect me that much, but I'm going to say her name. So, screw you, Allison. You're wrong. I have a great voice. One more time. Screw you. I have a great voice. If you say that affirmation at least once or twice a day as you begin discovering your voice, you're going to see some amazing, amazing differences. Because this is my final point. Your voice is unique. And I may never have heard it. I hope someday I get to. But whoever you are, your voice is unique. It's like your fingerprint. It's like a snowflake. Your voice is unique. It is yours and yours alone. No one else has the same voice as you have. They may have similar voices, but they don't have the same voice. And the way that you use your voice is what makes your voice compelling. And the the uniqueness, the parts of your personality, of your life experience, of your inspiration, of your passion, of your love, of your hate, of all of those emotions, all of that stuff, that comes out in your voice. That's what makes your voice compelling. That's what makes people want to listen to it. Over the course of history, especially recorded musical history, there have been some very famous and notable singers who did not have what anyone might call a technically good voice, meaning their pitch wasn't always on. Bob Dylan. I mean, this has happened before. Like, it happens all the time. People who don't have great voices still have great voices. It's just what makes their voice different is what makes us love it. And you may hate some people's voices, and you may love some other people's voices, but your voice itself, no matter what you sound like, as long as you're being honest to yourself, and when you're singing, you're not trying to imitate anyone else, and you're being as true and honest to who you are with your voice, you're doing the right thing, and you have a great voice. People deserve to hear it. So, if you'd like to hear some more tips from me, or actually go over some real warm-ups, please, I guess just you could subscribe. And I would love to answer any questions anyone has. And yeah, so go practice.